Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Claviere, also known as Claviere, and today is going to be a sit-down video, and I'll be talking about, well, I'll be reflecting on my accidental gap year.
No. Why not? I think it looks pretty cool. Yeah, do the same stuff.
Oh shoot, I'm supposed to be recording with the mic. Anyway. It's fine. I want to start off with reading like a few excerpts from my journal when I found out that I was going to be staying here. So yeah, if a way can be made, maybe it's not the right path. This is so inconvenient, but I'm sure it's for a reason, or there's something I need to do first. So in 2019, an important chapter in my life came to a close, and I graduated high school. Initially, the plan was to move abroad, college soon after, but things did not go as planned. If you've been subscribed to my channel for, I guess, the year that I've been posting, since last year, you would know that. I was angry, disappointed, whatever negative emotion you can think of right now, I probably felt it. But by the time most of my friends left for school, it hit me that my gap year had actually begun. No, I didn't travel the world or figure myself out, but I tried to make the most of it, and it turned out to be a year that I'm truly grateful for. So I made a list of a few things that I did during my gap year. These are also ideas that you can do if you do take a gap year. I didn't travel, but I recommend it if you have the funds to do so, and I'm sure you grow a lot, but I had to go in a different environment, more so a work environment. And let me tell you, anyways, first things first, I got a job which taught me a lot about persistence. I wanted to quit so badly, like 2 weeks in, but I ended up staying until for about 7 months or so.
I'm so exhausted. I just got home from work and I watched YouTube videos, and now I'm going to edit and plan some videos. The life of a full-time worker / creative.
Yeah, I just feel like it taught me a lot about pushing through, and I also met a lot of pretty weird characters in the store that I worked at. And every day after work I had stories to tell. So that was cool. I guess it added to my life experience, and that would definitely help in my storytelling. So yeah. I also was able to start saving because of my job, which is always good. I learned a lot of life lessons from the many people that I crossed paths with there. I worked on a few film projects to add to my portfolio, which is always nice. I did my first interview. I worked with someone other than my sister, so kind of out of my comfort zone. I became a PA for a day. If you don't know what that is, production assistant on a commercial. I went on my first TV set. It was a good time, actually.
Whoa, na 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 na.
I started focusing on this YouTube channel actually.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel.
So if it wasn't for my gap year, we would not be here today. I also became a bit more independent. I think I finally grew up my shell. Naturally I'm probably introverted, but I feel like I can turn it off and on now. It's not a default anymore. So yay for me. I became tremendously closer with my sister. We were always cool, but I think our bond strengthened a lot because we were both stuck in it together, and we ended up going out a lot together and introducing me to her friends and all of that. and so we became really close, and I am so thankful for that. Shout out to Samia. I formed a lot of new connections, as I said, going out, hanging with my siblings more, and like, you know, we're all in this adult world together now, so it was a really fun and interesting like start. And last but not least, I am completely sure about what I want to study in university now, which is film and media arts. When I worked it was a retail store, and most of my co-workers had stories about how they ended up there. It's not initially what they want to do, yet they're on their like 6th year of working there or something like that, and I found it so scary because it's like, if you didn't set out to do that, like why are you still here? So I was pretty determined, more determined than ever, to not stay at that job and to not get complacent. And so I'm very excited to be starting school next week, and yeah, I'm so grateful that, you know, a way was made for me to actually do what I want to do. I mention all of this to say, at the time, this gap year was the worst thing that could ever happen to me, but I kind of enjoyed it and sad that it's over. So I'm excited to start my degree next week. And I know a lot of you have already passed this phase if you're like my age or above. But if you haven't and you're thinking of taking a gap year or a leave of absence, I do not blame you at all. You might feel like you'll be left behind. I know I did, but we're all trying to accept that our pace is our pace, so your pace is your pace, and you should do whatever you want to do. Know that all things will work out completely, like you have to genuinely believe that, and it will. I just wanted to do this short little video reflecting on my gap year because I didn't think I have one, but here we are. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and share. Thank you for always supporting me. Love